Through most of my life, I think that I had maybe some mild symptoms of anxiety, but I had a really strong support system at home in my family, and so if I was ever feeling a little bit anxious, even though I couldn't put a word towards it, I could always just go talk to my mom and I would feel better almost immediately. And then coming to college, it was a really, really massive change, and I also kind of lost that support system and friends and family, and realized that I was actually really struggling with something. There was probably a 2-month period where I would have a panic attack maybe once or twice a week, or have to leave class because, I was completely anxious that I didn't understand what was going on, or just anxious for some other reason. I think my anxiety very much drives me to be very type A and perfectionistic, because for me the defining factor in my success was how well I was doing in school. And so for me, my coping mechanism for dealing with anxiety surrounding school performance was scheduling down to the last minute. But then it became a crutch where if I didn't follow the list, I would be more anxious about the things that I had made the list for originally. So I began to realize that this was not something that was a positive thing, even though people kept telling me, oh, you're so disciplined, this is so great. And my mom was realizing that I was completely unhappy. I wasn't joining any other clubs, I was just sticking to my schedule, trying to get A's. That was all I was doing. And so my mom finally encouraged me to go to CAPS. She didn't want to push me because she knew that I wouldn't go if it was her idea. I kept thinking, oh, well, if I go to CAPS, then I'm crazy. And I remember I sat in the waiting room looking around at people like, all these people, like, they're crazy. But then I realized that, like, after I went, it's kind of like everybody could use a little bit of mental hygiene, even if you're not necessarily struggling with something specific. But so CAPS really helped me with the initial panic attacks, because the part of panicking is a lot of times worrying that you're going to, and so once you realize that you can deal with it if you do, it makes it a lot less likely that it's going to happen to begin with. And then so the rest of the year went on and I was having less issues with panic, but I still was very much regimenting my life, and so realized that I needed to have a little bit more help. So the summer after freshman year, I went to therapy, and it helped me deal with, what's the worst that can happen if you go off your schedule? And since then, it's not like it's been everything has been great and I'm 100% fine, but I definitely feel like I can deal with things that come my way, and I know when to ask for help, and I know when it's that it's okay to leave a class if I'm feeling anxious that day, and that there are bad days and good days, and so I really feel like I'm recovering and improving, and I'm really thankful for that.